Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and this video is generally a replica to the study of what I'm doing for my development studies course right now. And I really want to contribute to the part of the work that I have seen within the women into the informal economy. So what are the topics that can be gamut related and facet related or tenets related, indicating towards the gross national income and also the productive process of various panorama thereafter. So if we talk about women and informal economy, we also need to know that what makes the difference between rural and urban. Even in our census report today, the third point of the urban census talks about that 75% of the male population should be involved into the industrial sector. So it's why 75% only of the male population should be involved into the informal or industrial sector. What about the women? Why they are to be privileged with the agrarian sector? There are very important questions that come across that even people going for higher secondary and secondary educations, and thereafter they feel that farming is far more lesser privilege for them, and they come to this urban areas and maybe they are cleaning the drainage or the slums, that for that matter. So these are all relative topics that I came across with the questions of the development studies, and thereafter with the very first introduction of development and development theories, I have selected certain questions that made me enable the various factors of influencing the economic development, like for example the migration process, the literacy process, and also of the G.S. Mill's theory of development, of how it is different from the Rostow's theories of development, and also the acculturation and assimilation associated with it. There are various characteristics of dependent and developed and undeveloped economy which we should understand upon the capabilities to form the difference between the economic growth and development. Remember, growth is always when you have a stair, you have something to ride upon, and once you reach the boom, it's all the end, it's all about the end of the boom. So that's what you need to be more focused about. And thereafter you have to have a balanced growth. You can have a good question on human development regarding the fact of apparatus of Martha Nussbaum's human capability theory, which can be a very important question for this year. And thereafter you can also understand the Gandhian philosophy of what affects the various characteristics of undeveloped countries, especially when there is ethnicity, race, caste, and various other factors which are determining factors into the into the diversity. And thereafter there are often sustainable development which are very, very important to talk about. And we can also see the differences between the lining of the economic development of indices to have the unbalanced development of economy. Unbalanced development economy, where we talk about the modernization theory and the dependency theory, to see the classical theories of development, short notes what we can have on various models of economic theories and development theories thereafter. The models can be submerged with preconditions as well as with the driven conditions of the economic growth and development, and we can have a component of Marxian economic factors and also the Rostin or Rostow's theory of balanced growth, and therefore to talk about the economic development that Marcuse often talked and Nussbaum have often given upon. So these are all the important questions that I fathomed out of the first paper, and I shared this with my fellow people and also with all the development students, development studies students whom I teach for their graduation and master's portion. Paradigm of development, their sustainability, Malthusian theory, liberation. Malthusian theory only talks about poverty. Poverty, the only reason driven to the population is the only reason driven to the poverty. That is partially true, but not fully, because there are various other indicators. What are the other indicators that you can talk about is often important for the development studies question. So that's all about the first chapter that I can wrap up with the connotation of understanding that what are the important factors that can be relevant upon. Thank you.